Sfiso. How's it going, man?
Aish, life is life, hey.
Life
You
is
just have
life.
to live, hey.
Yeah,
I'm surviving.
you're surviving.
Yeah, and you?
Cool. I'm good. I'm good.
Great.
Yeah. So, thanks for joining us on this one, and thanks for joining us on the ones to come.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah. You want to introduce yourself to the people?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
My name is Fiso Slala, aka Gappy J, and you'll be seeing this face a lot of time. So, stay tuned.
Yeah. Yeah. So, besides doing this podcast thing with us, what else are you doing in
Well,
the media space?
well, I'm a content creator. If you can go to TikTok, you will find my content. In my content, I most of the time I just do jokes,
Yeah.
random videos, but that end up trending.
Okay.
I have like 500,000 likes.
Really?
Yes, and my highest viewed video is 1.3 million. So guys, go check my content. It's very entertaining, and I'm also a youth reporter at Motor Community Radio Station.
Yeah.
You know, we talk about topics such as substance abuse, gender-based violence. There's a story actually which I want to tell you regarding gender-based violence, but then we'll come to it.
Yeah, we'll get
then
to
we
it, yeah.
also talk about sexual and reproductive health. You know,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
which we think the youth really, really need. So you guys can listen to our shows at on Saturdays. On Saturdays at 12 p.m. to till 1 p.m.
12 p.m. to 1 p.m.
p.m.
So were you on
Saturdays.
yesterday? Were you on?
Nah, we are a team.
Okay.
Sometimes I'm working underground.
Yeah.
Then two or three presenters are presenting for that day, and sometimes I'm presenting and they are working underground.
Okay.
Yeah,
So sometimes you be behind the scenes.
yeah. Sometimes
And
I'm
then
behind the scenes.
Sometimes you're presenting.
Yes,
Oh,
just
that's
going
cool.
to like gather enough audios for them, opinions from
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
And conduct interviews.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, welcome to the podcast. I'm looking forward to, recording with you and giving the people the news that they want to hear. So I'm glad that you're here. You joined us because Bondle is she's not with us anymore. No, she's still alive. No, she's still alive, but she's not with us. She's not with us anymore. Like she's overseas somewhere doing her thing. Shout out to Bontle. Yeah. So that's cool. So I was missing a co-pilot for some time. So now you're here, and we're gonna do this thing, and I'm glad.
Yeah.
So what's the story you wanted to tell me about gender-based violence?
When I'm talking about gender-based violence right now, it reminds me of a story I saw on social media about a 7-year-old girl who was raped. People are suspecting
Yeah.
Her principal because, apparently the girl went to sleep, I think in one of the classrooms or something, allegedly.
Yeah.
She went to sleep in one of the classrooms, and then when she woke up, she went home. Then when she arrived home, I don't know if she slept or something like that, but then when her mom wanted to bathe her, she noticed that something is not right. She noticed that something is not right. And then, she was taken to the hospital, and it was clear that the girl was raped. They took DNAs.
7-year-old.
7-year-old girl. I think her name is Cwecwe or something. Yeah.
Which province is this?
I'm not really sure about the province.
Okay.
I'm not really sure about the province, but then it's trending all over social media right now.
Yeah.
It's justice for Cwecwe.
Yeah.
Yes. So
after doing the test, what happened?
They took the DNAs, and then there were 3 suspects. Two or three. I think there were 3 suspects, but then the ones I know about is the driver and the principal.
Yeah.
Like the male figures that encountered the young girl. They were asked to get tested to check if the DNA matches. Or to see who really raped the girl. The taxi driver was tested and it was negative.
Okay.
That means it's not him.
Yeah.
And the principal disagreed to be tested.
Oh, okay.
Like
completely.
Completely.
Why would he disagree to be tested?
Yes, because if you know that you're not the one who did it, then let's get you tested and to confirm. If
Because
it's
like
just conspiracy theories,
if you have nothing to hide, then you just get tested,
you
and
just get
then
tested.
that'll be the end of it.
Yes.
And you'll no longer be a suspect.
Apparently, when the principal was asked to get tested, the same principal insulted the mother
Really?
and even kicked the child out of the school.
Really?
Imagine. So he's a suspect.
Yeah.
He's a suspect.
He should be the main suspect.
Yeah.
Cause it's like he's being overly defensive.
Yes.
For what? Why is he being so defensive?
Yeah.
And like it seems like he doesn't want justice to be done.
Yes.
And it seems like he has something to hide.
They are not saying it's him, but we don't know.
But we have to cross people off the list.
Yes.
And in order to do so, we have to test all the suspects.
Yes.
So why is he being so defensive?
It's not even gonna take much of your time. Just it's done.
Yeah.
Just collect the DNA and then it's done.
Yeah.
So I don't think why he's making a big fuss out of it.
I think he has something to hide.
Really?
Yeah. I think he has something to hide. First of all, he kicked the kid out of school. A kid that was molested, raped. A kid that's innocent in the whole matter. And then after that, he doesn't want to get tested, secondly. And then he was also rude or insultive to the mother.
Or maybe he just doesn't want to ruin the image of his school or something.
But how is he ruining the image of the school?
Or he feels like maybe even if he's not the one who did it, but he feels like if they are requesting for him to get tested, it's like they are saying it's him in another way. Now he's trying to defend himself, saying I don't want to get tested because it was never me. Or on the other side, it might be him and he doesn't want to get tested because he knows that the DNAs will match.
He knows that the DNA, I think he knows that the DNA.
I feel like it's
will match.
It's two ways in this matter.
Really? He has to do the DNA test. I think they should get a court order and make sure that he does the DNA test, and then so that they will know like who was responsible for this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like I feel I saw a story this morning also saying like he got a lawyer or something.
Yeah.
Got a lawyer or something. But I feel like even if they want to arrest him, for being a suspect, can you get arrested for that? For being just a suspect?
I don't think so.
I don't think so too.
I don't think
if it's not confirmed, it's not gonna be possible. But then I feel like either way, your case is not gonna be strong enough because you're gonna be asked one question.
Yeah.
Why do you not want to get tested? Why?
That's why I say I think the guy's hiding something. Yeah.
Are you okay with the fact that do you agree with the fact that some learners out there go to school Monday to Sunday or Monday to Saturday, sometimes 6 days, sometimes 7 days, and 7 to 4, 7 to 4, sometimes 7 to 5,
7 o'clock to
5 p.m.
5 p.m.
Yes, especially matrix.
I think that's too much, man.
Too much.
I think that's too much. At a certain point, you're going to get tired, and you're just there in school, and nothing is happening. Like you're just tired. Nothing is getting in.
You're just grasping anything.
You're just there. Your body's there, but your soul is not there. You're just thinking like your own things, thinking about whatever, except the school environment.
Whatever you're doing,
yeah. I feel like that's taking it a bit too far. Because people need to rest. And you're more productive when you rest. But if you're just gonna work, grind the whole day for so many hours, you get exhausted. And once you reach that point of exhaustion, you're basically useless. You're no longer productive. What do you think?
I low-key agree with this.
Yeah.
I low-key agree with this, to be honest.
Yeah.
Okay. As a grade 11 science learner, I'm a science student, and you know what they say about science.
What do they say?
They say it's difficult and stuff, but then it's not really the case. Every subject is difficult. Every stream is difficult. I don't think there's something called an easy stream at school. I feel like all of these streams they all need an equal amount of hard work.
You know what I think? I think our brains are not wired the same. I think there are people who just naturally understand mathematics, and then there are people who just don't get it at all.
And you know what? What's heartbreaking? There are people out there who are good in mathematics, right?
Yeah.
But they are not good in other subjects. Like for instance, life science.
Yeah.
Life science correlates too much with English.
Okay.
Maybe if you're not good in English,
but
you're good with numbers.
Yeah.
And what's more heartbreaking is that those subjects must go together in order to secure a spot for you in varsity.
Yeah.
So imagine getting level 7 in maths, understanding level 7, getting 100%, and in home language you get 30%. Life science you get 28%. There was this teacher. I forgot her name. It was a very, very long time ago.
Yeah.
I won't even disclose her name, obviously. But then, we were undermining her subject. Like, she told us what subject she teaches, and she were undermining her.
What subject was she teaching?
She was teaching. She was teaching a language. Like, we were undermining language as a whole, but she was teaching Afrikaans.
Okay.
Afrikaans obviously wouldn't undermine it.
So what do you mean you were undermining her subject? Like how?
Like we were like to her, oh ma'am, our narkas bali English is spady. English is spady relbala the day before.
Okay.
The Afrikaans, not Afrikaans is all. Okay. And we're like, she was like, I feel like you should give them equal attention.
Yeah.
Because they have your life like this. Your entire life is in those languages.
Okay.
One mistake is toy.
Yeah.
You see.
Yeah.
And language can be tricky sometimes.
Yeah.
So she was like, there was this boy who was only focusing on stream subjects.
Okay.
She was only focusing on pure maths, life sciences, and physics. Only studying those and then undermining languages.
Mm-hmm.
At the final year, he ended up getting level 7 for the entire stream.
Okay.
Physics level 7, life science level 7, maths level 7. Home language level 1.
Damn.
English level 1. Afrikaans level 1.
So he failed the languages.
Yes, he failed the languages. And obviously, if you fail languages, even if you fail one language, it's toy. And they said they couldn't push him because
he failed the languages.
Besides that, he failed all 3 of them. Maybe there's one they were going to try.
Yeah. Was he doing matric?
Nah, I think it was in grade 10.
Oh, okay. So he ended up repeating.
Imagine.
Yeah.
According stream.
Yeah. So that just shows you should just pay attention to all the languages.
All the languages.
Yeah, you shouldn't undermine any. Like, you should pay attention to all the subjects.
But at the same time, I feel like okay, myself, I know I'm very, very good in English. Like, I always make sure that I get level 7 in languages. English is my best subject.
Okay.
English is the best subject. So I know that even if I study it the day before, or the morning, I'm still gonna get level 7. I'm still gonna pass with high marks.
Yeah.
That's fine if you believe this subject I nail it. Nothing can ever make me not be good in it anymore. Well, this subject runs in my blood. Then it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, definitely.
But then if you're just saying like languages are easy because they're just languages, and I'll see them later.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna be tricky.
Yeah,
that's gonna be tricky. But then if you know you are good in a certain subject, I think it's good to focus on other subjects which you are weak at.
Yeah.
And the most powerful, leave them aside a little bit. Not entirely, but a little bit.
Yeah. So do you study after school at home?
My study.
Do you study?
Let me tell you about my study pattern. Okay. I go to school at around 7.
Okay.
And by 7, by 7:15. My transport takes me around 6:30. Then by 7:15, I'm already at school.
Okay.
Then at 7, I'm having my first morning class.
Yeah.
My morning class for the day, 7 to 8.
Okay.
Ne? Then at 8, school starts. At 8, school starts, and then until 2:30. 2:30, we chill for 30 minutes. Then from 3, after school, extra class until 4. At 4, my transport comes and fetches me. First things first, I rest.
Okay.
I rest. In most cases, I sleep. I sleep for at least 1 hour, 30 minutes. Then when I wake up, I do my night routines like bathing, eating, and like making sure my school stuff is perfect.
Okay.
And write my homeworks after school. I write my homeworks when I wake up.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, I sleep. Afterwards, I sleep and set an alarm to wake up in the AMs.
Yeah.
Because that's where the world is quiet. Your brain is functioning at 100%. You know that your brain from 12 until 5, it's functioning at 100%.
From 12 until?
12 a.m. until 5 a.m. That's when your brain is functioning like 100%.
Not at 100%, man.
100%. Like
no one's brain functions at 100%.
No, not like.
Do you know, like,
it ends at 10%?
Do you know that?
Right?
I
I'm
think
not
it's
saying
something like 25%. We're operating at less than 25% of our brain capability.
Okay, let me rephrase
the whole
this.
human race. Yeah.
You know what? I think
like if we find like a genius right now, someone who's like a genius, they're probably operating at less than 25%, maybe 20%, 22%, somewhere there.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then it's different percentage, Phil.
Yeah.
But just less
so,
than
but
25.
I get what you mean. What you're trying to say is that
you are more focused at that time.
Oh, what time was that?
12 a.m. till 5 a.m.
12 up until 5 a.m.
Yeah,
this was proven.
Yeah. I think you can check it up online.
Yeah.
I think you can check it up online. And
why specifically those times?
I have no idea, but I believe, it's even more efficient if you slept and woke up around those times. Not like you were busy from noon until those times. That's where.
Okay,
and then besides,
so the fact that you were asleep and then you woke up
in the AMs.
In the AMs, I think is that the reason why?
Yeah, and then it's
so it's like you're getting a power boost from that sleep.
Yes, and in the AMs it's more cooler. Right now, if I sleep, if I try to rest, maybe from 9 p.m. Until the next day at 11 a.m.
Yeah.
And then the sun is already blazing hot.
Yeah.
Do you think I would be able to study even if I rested enough?
So the temperature also plays a vital role.
I feel like the temperature also plays a vital role. Number 2, the world is so quiet around.
Yeah, everything's quiet.
The world is so quiet.
So you can focus more on whatever it is that you're doing because it's more quiet.
It's more quiet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Unless if it's like a weekend and the taverns are like banging the music, that's a different story.
Yeah, if you live next to a tavern,
Yeah.
Especially for us.
Yeah.
For us who study, like we talk.
Yeah.
We talk to the book.
Okay.
We don't just like we talk to the book.
Yeah.
We talk to the book like we're talking like
so
people even think we're crazy.
So your study routine, is it working for you?
It's working for me. Just that I feel like I should change it up a little bit because you know why? Sometimes I'm unable to wake up at those times. Like sometimes I just switch off the alarm and just say, okay, I'm giving myself 2 more minutes. And 2 more minutes.
Yeah.
It's now 5 a.m. I have to wake up and go to school. And the guilt afterwards, I feel so guilty.
You feel guilty
for not waking up.
Yeah, ne?
For not waking up because you're having the thought, someone out there is studied whatever you wanted to study and it's gonna get good marks.
Yeah.
Ash.
No,
or imagine a situation whereby like you set an alarm for 1 a.m.
Yeah.
You are writing the test the next day.
Yeah.
You set an alarm for 1 a.m.
Yeah.
The alarm rings.
Oh.
And you don't wake up, and then you wake up in the morning when you have to prepare to go to school.
That's the worst feeling ever. That's the worst feeling ever.
What would I do? I would panic.
Like you effectively prepared to fail.
So you know what I promote for learners out there?
Yeah.
I promote for learners like me to work hard. Very, very hard. And then even if they don't get good marks, you won't even feel guilty or beat yourself up because you know that you tried your level best.
Yeah.
So, in most cases, if you know that, this level, I can get a higher level than this one, but because I was not working hard,
because you were lazy to study,
you're gonna beat yourself up. Your mental health would be affected. You'll be demotivated, and then when you're demotivated,
you're going to feel like a loser because you know you didn't try your best.
You know that you can reach a better level than this one. So I feel like we should just try our all, but at the same time, trying to care for mental health and rest a little bit.
Definitely. Yeah. Did you hear that story about the pyramids? Pyramids in Egypt.
No.
Apparently, recently there was this study that was conducted by some, I don't know if I should call them scientists or whatever, but some professionals, right? So they were busy studying the pyramids, and they were using this new technology, apparently. The new technology is like some kind of radar system, right? So it can basically see what's happening underground, right? So apparently the pyramids, the pyramids of Giza, right? There's some structures underneath those pyramids.
Human structures?
Not human. What do you mean? Yeah, like some belt, not human remains, structures like built like I would say like an underground bunker, something like that. Yeah. Apparently there's some columns that go down. Mummy.
A mummy is that thing like that's
Not mummies, not mummy, like structures, like huge structures, like a city under the pyramid.
Oh, a city.
Yeah.
I thought those happen in Mapopai puppets. Okay. I've seen that in Teen Titans Go, but I think it's just that. It's just.
No, apparently there's like a city underneath the pyramids. Like we're just seeing what's on the surface, but there's something bigger going on underneath.
People are living there.
I don't think people are living there, but I think it was some kind of storage for I don't know what. But I think there's some things that need to be discovered underneath the pyramids, and apparently it's quite difficult to get underneath there. It's quite difficult, but yeah, apparently there's some huge structures underneath the pyramids, and the world didn't know. For all these years, we didn't know. We're only just finding out now. Crazy, right?
I would panic. Imagine living in that city.
Yeah.
Imagine. I wouldn't live underground.
You wouldn't live underground?
I would live underground.
Yeah. So we're just waiting to see what actually is going on down there. But I think some archaeologists might, go down there and trying to find out what's happening over there. Yeah. But it just shows you how intelligent the ancient Egyptians were.
Yeah. To intelligent.
Build. Yeah. Because like the pyramids have been
underground tunnel.
Have been around for like 4,500 years. Yeah. Like for a structure to survive for so long on planet Earth, that's like crazy.
Kinda in those pyramids, like inside, people who died long time ago. Kings.
I think the pyramids were also used to that's where they buried their kings.
Okay.
They buried their kings, and there were treasures stored in there, But as time went by, and then as time went by, the treasures were stolen by tomb raiders. So there was like nothing left. But there were mummies. Obviously, there were mummies there, and other things. But yeah, so there were the pyramids were used for many things apparently.
You're making me want to, when I'm like successful in all, to go to a vacation that side and see
in Egypt
with my own eyes, and I don't know if they allow it, but then I think there's a place I can go to Egypt and ask to see those pyramids.
Yeah, you are allowed. I'm just not sure if they'll allow you to go inside.
Yeah. I want to see. I want to experiment everything.
Dude, you want to go inside the pyramids?
Yes.
You might not come back.
You might not come back.
You might not come back if you go in there. Because it's tricky down there. It's tricky.
Obviously, if it's a vacation and I'm going to a certain venue, a watch guard has to go with me.
Yeah, definitely.
A security or something has to go with me inside.
Yeah.
Because they know the ins and outs of the pyramid.
Yeah. So You know what bothers me about Egypt and the pyramids and ancient Egypt? You know, right now in Egypt, the Arabs are living there, right? Most of the country is populated by Arabs. You know that, right?
No?
Yeah, that's
To be honest,
yeah.
I don't know much about Egypt.
Okay, it's fine. So, what bothers me is, you know, Egypt, ancient Egypt, the pyramids, those were built by Africans.
They were like slaves.
I wouldn't say slaves, but
Or they were working.
the pharaohs, and the population, they were Africans, because Egypt is in Africa, right? Yeah. You get what I'm
The
saying?
pattern. Yeah.
Yeah, but nowadays, there's this thing out there, like the people that are living in Egypt right now, which are Arabs. I have nothing against Arabs. I love Arabs. I love all races, right? But they seem to be under the this notion that actually Egypt was built by them and not Africans. Yeah, strange, huh?
It's strange.
Remember that a couple of years ago, Kevin Hart said the same thing, that ancient Egypt was built by Africans. And then there was he was on tour. He was supposed to go perform in Egypt, and they canceled him. They said, "Don't come here anymore because of your statements." Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I say, guys, be careful what you say. Hey, be careful what you say.
But he was telling the truth. Yeah, I mean, you can even see the paintings and all the artwork. Those people are black, and the paintings are black. You know, they're Africans. You know,
Sometimes the truth can get you killed. Let's be realistic.
yeah.
Let's be realistic. It's just like, for instance, you broke something. It's a house. Ne? You're living with your little brother. Who can talk.
Yeah.
And your mom. You guys are living. Yeah, it's just the four of you and your father.
Yeah.
Mom, father, little bro, and you.
Yeah.
If you break something, and you know that your parents are those strict parents, like those strict parents, like they can, like they're strict to an extent whereby you also cannot handle it anymore. It's detrimental to your mental health. Then you break something, and then they start blaming your little brother because they like that thing you did. That the little brother is the one who's capable of doing that. Then they blame him, and stuff. And they say, "Ish, this kid, what. Then you're just standing there listening to them blame your little brother. Who
and you're not intervening.
Who cannot?
Oh, my bad. Yeah.
You are like listening to them, like it's like blaming the poor little bro for something you did.
Yeah.
And you're just standing there because you're scared to tell the truth. Even though you're gonna feel guilty, you're scared to tell the truth. It's me. And risk getting yourself whooped,
facing that wrath.
So what would you do in that situation, man? Would you tell the truth?
Just keep quiet and let the kid have it.
I've seen a situation like that before, but then it wasn't major. My cousin. Uchuluchi December. Like she was eating snacks and they piled up on the floor by mistake. They fell and piled up on the floor. And then she just left. She just continued with what she was doing. She had a kid. She has a kid. She just continued what she was doing. Then the kid came back and sat down. Then her mother, my cousin's mother, came back and said, "Hey, Mara, why did you do this?" She was saying to the poor kid, she's the one who piled up all the like snacks on the floor because kids are the only one capable. They're the ones capable of doing that, you know. And she blamed the poor kid. And the mother also kept quiet. And I was like, hey, it's like it's nice living with a baby or a toddler.
That can't talk.
With a toddler. Now everything that happens, you have to put the blame on them. And you know that they are not going to punish the toddler that much because he or she's just a toddler. They're not going to do much to her or him. So, I've done it before. I'm not proud.
But you know, sooner or later, the truth always comes out.
How?
The truth always comes out.
Not always.
But with the things that really matter in this world.
Or things that really matter.
Yeah. It's like the universe has its own way of revealing the truth.
Yeah. But then as long as there are no cameras inside the house, there's no truth revealing about me breaking a certain thing. And
Yeah. So they just took the credit, and they were like, yeah, we're the ones who built all of this because they're the ones who are living there now. But they throughout history, there's always been immigration.
Okay.
Yeah, throughout history, there's always been people going from one place to another. Yeah. So that's what basically happened in Egypt, because it's so close to the Middle East. So people from the Middle East, most of them just migrated to Egypt, and then the black Africans that were there, they just moved further south and to other parts of Africa.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they were kind of like pushed out of the country. And so that's basically what happened. But the pharaohs, those were black Africans, and they're the ones who built the pyramids. But they always keep trying to take things away from Africans. I don't know why. It's just trying to. Okay, everybody's just trying to take.
When I was in grade 9, the reason it's easy for foreigners to take things from us is because we don't have the force that they have.
The force.
What the force, like the force? They have guns. They're armed. We don't have nothing. There was this gunman which I learned about in grade 9 history, which they had. About, I forgot it, but then they have force.
Yeah,
they have force. They can wipe our entire existence. So that's why we are scared of them, because we can fight for ourselves.
Like for example, with nuclear weapons.
Yeah.
Right.
Those nuclear bombs and stuff.
Yeah, nuclear bombs. They have those, and in Africa, there's not one single country that has that. So how are you going to try to claim what's yours while you don't have the backup? What if they threaten you with nuclear war? We'll bomb your whole country. What are you gonna do then? I think you're right when you say they have forces. Yeah, because you can't argue with the country. You can't argue with the country that has nuclear weapons and you don't. You won't stand a chance against them.
You fear them.
Yeah.
But then why didn't they combine heads and try to make weapons for ourselves? But we can't keep running away forever or living in fear forever.
You think we should make?
Maybe they can make their own.
And South Africa used to have those. Yeah, some in apartheid times. So that they had 6 nuclear weapons in South Africa. Yeah, and then when the government was transitioning to this new government, and Nelson Mandela was being freed from prison, right? And everybody was allowed to vote. They got rid of them because they didn't trust black people with nuclear weapons.
I thought we were gonna kill each other, all around you.
I don't know, but we couldn't be trusted with them. Maybe they felt like this is too much power for these people to have. So
I think we should break this stigma, man.
Which stigma is that?
To black people incapable.
Well, we should break the stigma, but again, if you look at the way things have been run in our country right now,
it's true.
It's I hate to say this, but you look at the way things are working in our country right now. There are no jobs, the roads are all messed up, it's crazy. The corruption level is outstanding. Would be number 1 in the world probably if there was a contest for that. So, but that doesn't mean that all Africans are like that or all South Africans are like that. But a lot of our leaders are unfortunately disappointing us. Yeah. They're not leading at all. That's the cold hard truth, Yeah, I think we need better leaders. I think so. Anyway,
I feel like sometimes it's not even about the leaders.
Yeah, what
I feel like the leaders should also allow opinions from us, the people in the country. There are people who are very, very intellectual.
They are
in the country, who can change the country, but do not have power.
Do you know that there's a lot of South Africans who are overseas right now? A lot of intelligent South Africans a lot of talented South Africans who are like overseas in other countries right now, because they wouldn't be of any use in this country. There are no opportunities. They felt like there are no opportunities in our country right now, so they decide to go do the things in other countries. So imagine if all those people were doing those things here at home, specializing in whatever field they specialize in, or doing whatever it is they're trained to do in this country. We'd go far. But unfortunately, in our country right now, it's a bit, it's like we're at a place where your talent is not really recognized.
Yeah.
It's more about who you know. It's not really
Connections,
about,
yeah.
It's not really about what you know. It's about who you know.
Who you know.
Yeah.
So like, I feel like sometimes it's not even about like the leaders not doing enough. I feel like they maybe, I don't know, unless they prove me wrong. I feel like the leaders are okay, ne? Just that we are putting too much pressure on them, ne? And in most cases they are also human beings, ne? We expect them to, like, when there's a problem, a pandemic in our country, we automatically expect them to know the answer same time. They're also human beings at the end of the day. They also have a certain brain percentage, so we can expect them to have same time, ne? But what we can expect them to do, ne, is try to call out like people in the country to hear what, if you were like a leader, what would you do in this situation? What would you do in this certain situation?
Okay, look, I hear what you're saying there. Did you see that video about that video where there's this money truck, right? You know, the G4S,
Yeah.
the one for transporting money.
Yeah.
And then they got stopped by the police. And then while they were busy, they started asking for things like driver's license, things like that. You don't even ask. I don't think it's allowed to ask those people for those kind of things.
Yeah.
And you just let those people pass. So they started questioning those guys, just delaying them, you know. And while they were still talking to the police, all of a sudden the two robbers just came through, like armed robbers, and they took them out of the truck. And then one guy came back and then entered the truck and drove away with the truck. You didn't see that video?
No, so you're thinking they were working with the police?
They were definitely working with the police. And those police got arrested just recently. You didn't see that video? It's crazy. So where do these police get the nerve to orchestrate such a thing?
And you know, sometimes we don't even know what to trust anymore, because there are people, you know, who come, like for instance, who pretend to be police. They get their workers uniform and everything and pretend to be police.
Yeah.
Like steal people's, like, there was a rumor that said like there was this guy who stole a security guard's clothing and wore it, you know, making it seem like she's protecting girls who walk at night, but she actually wants to do nasty things to the girls and maybe rob them also.
Yeah.
Pretending like he's there to protect them.
Yeah.
Kani ufuna ukwenza the opposite.
Oh, okay.
So I feel like sometimes it's not even real police.
Nah.
It's just
But those
people,
those guys were real police.
Real police, nah?
And they got arrested for it. And so, like, if it goes back to what you said about, you know, you think that the leaders are trying their best. I think there's some that really are trying their best, but majority of them, they're not really trying anything. It's all about like, what's the fastest way to get rich, and like which tender can I get?
And if you can check,
Yeah,
all these bad things, they are happening because of money.
Money. I think most of them are focused on just getting the money. You know, like everything else that's happening on the sides, it's all about, let's get the money. Let me get the money.
Hey, guys, you know? I'll be honest, ne? We all want money, ne? But then let's just find better ways, man, to make money.
Like if it comes at the expense of robbing someone or denying someone some certain services, or somebody's gonna get hurt by that, then don't do it. Just pursue money in an ethical way, man.
Do not live with the guilt, you know.
I don't even think they know the meaning of the word guilt. I don't even think so.
Come on.
I don't think they.
Some of them, there.
Most of them. I don't think they feel guilt at all. It's just the nature of the game, and it's just greed, you know.
Greed, ne?
Yeah, greed is like a virus, and if you like one of them, like you're a leader, you're with them, and they're discussing how they're gonna get the money, and you're focusing on service delivery and all of that. It's like you become an enemy. Like we're not speaking the same language, so it's either they get rid of you, or something bad is gonna happen to you, because you're not part of the crew. You're not pushing the same agenda, you know. So it's a virus. Greed is a virus, and that's what's pulling us down as a country. You know,
It's a trap.
it is a trap. And like, here's one other thing. Like, in order to be in parliament in South Africa, I don't even think your qualifications matter.
I don't think so.
There are a lot of unqualified people.
But then, at the same time, when they are not qualified, like they try to be qualified while on the job. If you just got a job, got the connections, like you try, like, just in case you might get caught, you continue with like studying on the side and working at the same time. When the qualification, like you're working on the qualification, which you you already got the job. It's like backwards. I'm getting a job before I do. Like, it's like being a doctor before you do your
before you graduate,
or before you even get enrolled to varsity.
But you're already
a doctor.
Cutting people,
it's just
performing
like,
surgery
after grade 12 straight being a doctor, getting money. It's just
operating
like that,
on people.
But then at the same time, I'm trying to patch
and then you're studying
by studying on the side.
That's
just blasphemy. But then
it's crazy. And like, look, I'm not saying that people that didn't finish school or people that don't have a certain qualification in whatever, I'm not saying that they lack brains or they're not intelligent or they're not smart. That's not what I'm saying. There are people who didn't finish school that are very much intelligent and very smart.
It's not a must to make it through school. There are many endeavors you can do. There are content creators, there are singers, there are many people who are millionaires without school.
But
it's important.
What I'm saying is, I feel like in order to run the government effectively and efficiently, at least in order to get into parliament, you should have some kind of qualification. That's what I'm saying. I feel like if it was like that, it will definitely reduce the way things are being run right now. Because right now it's just chaos. It's just chaos right now. Oh yeah, I was about to. Do you remember that incident that happened here at the hospital, Philadelphia, about this guy? It was
Danielson.
He killed someone. He killed a patient. He was a patient himself, and then he killed a patient. You remember that story?
Oh, I've never heard of it.
You've never heard of it?
Nah, I think I had my elders at home talking about it, but I didn't really give much. Was the patient someone who was not mentally well?
No, he was mentally unstable.
Between them, there's someone who was not mentally well.
He was. They brought the guy in, right? I think the guy used to do like heavy substances, like drugs, you know, serious drugs. Because when they got there, he was in chains. They chained him up like feet and arms.
Or like a mentally disturbed person.
He's definitely a mentally disturbed person. So they got him to the hospital, and then when he got there, they tried to sedate him, right? Guy injection. It didn't work. Because, like I said already, he used to do drugs.
He's used to all of these, and
sedation
is also some form of a drug.
I think he did a lot of drugs, so that's why it didn't work. And then I don't know what happened. They decided to unlock his chains, set him free, and put him with other patients. Maybe they thought that he was calm or relaxed or whatever. And the guy just went ballistic. He just went crazy. He started attacking people. And then he went for this other patient. The patient was in a weak state. And then just attacked him. Started biting him. Think he bit him on the neck. And he even chewed his parts. Even chewed his parts.
I feel like they should have kept him chain until for months.
And I think they tried to shoot him with rubber bullets.
The security there.
Yeah, and they didn't work. He just continued, and it was like super strong. Like
some form of a beast.
Had the strength of 10 guys. They couldn't do anything to it.
So those, yeah, I've heard that drugs give you energy.
Yeah, but also, you realize that mentally disturbed people have so much strength.
I fear them.
They have so much strength, man.
I fear
so much strength, man. So he ended up killing the poor person, and yeah, may his soul rest in peace.
May his soul rest in prayer.
Yeah, and I think I don't know, man. It's crazy. Here's the crazy part. A few days before the incident, I actually saw the guy. Like
the guy, like who?
The mentally disturbed. Okay. Yeah, I saw him. He was in my village. I was driving by, and there were like many people, just crowds there. And I passed by. I was going to do something. Then I came back, and when I came back, I stopped there and I asked, "What's going on over there?" And they were like, "No, this guy just came from the river, and he just was strolling by, and was walking by, and was just completely naked." And then people were taking videos and all of that.
Of him naked, yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, "Oh, okay." Then I drove on by. And then a couple of days later, like probably a week and some days later, that incident at the hospital happened.
So, tell me here, if you are a mentally disturbed person and you do like a criminal activity, like let me not put it as a criminal activity, but murder is a criminal activity. You kill someone, okay?
Yeah.
Do you get arrested? Because like, do they understand?
I think what happens is, I think you do get arrested, and then the judge has to find out if you're mentally sane or not, and if you're insane, or if you're not mentally fit, I don't think you go to jail. I think you go to mental facility or something.
Because I feel like even in the same jail, you're going, the people you're sharing the cell with, you're a danger to them too.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's jail, man. Or unless they give you your own cell, it's gonna be better that way.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they get arrested or what, because you also don't know what you did.
Yeah.
You also don't know what you did.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah. I'm remembering the story that they told me just 2 days ago. Real true story, man. But I'm even afraid to talk about it because it's crazy, man. It involves another mentally insane, like a mentally disturbed individual. Should I say it? Should I tell you? It's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's crazy.
The people want to know.
Well, apparently there was this man who was very much disturbed, and then he was at this shopping complexes, and he entered this store, this grocery store, famous grocery store. I don't think I should say the name. So he goes in there for some weird reason. They allowed him to enter. I don't know. Maybe they just thought the guy is harmless.
They didn't think that
he wouldn't do anything, and then maybe let's just let him go in, buy. He'll buy whatever he wants to buy, then he'll just leave.
Just like other customers.
Yeah, we try not to judge these people. We don't know their situation. We don't know. We just try to be neutral about such things. Yeah, you might condemn the person, and find out that you're in the wrong. Maybe you feel like, why was I being so judgmental? So anyway, they let him inside the store, and then I don't know, he's shopping or whatever, and he sees this lady, right? And then this lady is like, she was a teacher, I believe. And then the moment he saw the lady, he got aroused, and then he just went after the lady, started raping her
in front of people.
And like everybody came.
Why can people stop?
All the security of that store came to pull him, to separate them. Didn't work.
So he just
didn't work.
Arrived there and dressed the lady.
I wasn't there, man. I only just heard the story, but He just went after it.
He just patterns. Hey, this story.
He just went after it, man. He just went after it, and then they beat him up, right? They beat him up with those, what do they call them? Those things, the security cards. No. There's this.
I know those things.
Black thing. It has like a handle.
Yeah, and that.
Yeah.
Very, very tough. Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot the name. They hit him with those. It didn't work. They tried to separate him. That's why I say those people are super strong, man. They have the strength of like 10 people. And then once the guy was finished, he came back to his senses, and I don't know how they dealt with that whole mess. And that lady she felt super bad. She felt like, her dignity had been stripped away, and she felt humiliated, embarrassed, all kinds of emotions that you probably couldn't even imagine the kind of pain that she was feeling. And then the sad part is she decided to commit suicide.
Started to end their life.
Yeah. So like driving around, just from driving here to going back home, there's a lot of people that are not sane in the streets, just walking. Some of them, you see them walking barefoot. Some of them, you see them picking for trash in the dustbins. Some of them are just pushing whatever
they're pushing. Yeah.
There's a lot of mentally unstable people out there, and these people, they're not safe, man. Some of them.
I wonder what causes mental.
Some of them are not safe. A lot of things causes mental instability, man. Even witchcraft is involved sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes someone was committing, maybe committed murder, right? Murdered somebody, and the family bewitched him, like let him keep on murdering. Or somebody raped somebody, and then they bewitched him, let him keep on raping people.
But we'll get much into depth about that in our next video.
Yeah.
I feel like we need a whole podcast.
Yeah.
A whole video.
A whole session
about what you just told me, witchcraft.
Yeah, it's crazy though.
Witchcraft, God, and everything spiritual. I think we need a whole episode about that. Yeah.
Something definitely needs to be done about these people who are mentally unstable. That are just because some of them are not safe.
I feel like pharmacists have to work together and try to find a remedy to ease whatever is wrong with their mental state.
But in order for that to take effect, there has to be somebody who's taking care of that individual.
Yeah.
So what if the individual just ran away from home and is just living out there by himself? How is he gonna get the medication?
It's very sad.
Yeah. But yeah, I think they can hit us up on the comments.
Yeah, they can tell us what to do.
Yeah.
And most importantly, hey guys, it's unzima out there, hey. So just pray. Just pray about everything.
Yeah, we definitely need more prayer.
We definitely know, especially this new generation. Weird things are happening, guys. Let's just pray. Let's just pray.
Definitely. Yeah, man. So, yeah, I think we've reached the end.
Yeah, this is the end, guys.
Yeah.